Sarah was brilliant. MBA from Wharton. Six-figure salary by 30. All the external markers of success, yet she felt stuck, working 70-hour weeks. Little to show for it beyond exhaustion. Then she discovered something that changed everything. Her life was running on outdated software. Just like your phone needs updates to function optimally, your personal operating system needs upgrading too. The invisible patterns governing your decisions, your habits, your outcomes. Here's what's striking: 95% of people will spend their entire lives using the same mental software they developed in their 20s. The remaining 5%, they consistently upgrade their internal systems. They achieve exponentially better results. Which group will you choose? Chapter 1. The Pattern Recognition Advantage. Think of your mind as a computer. It's running background programs you never consciously installed. These programs determine everything: what opportunities you can perceive, what solutions seem possible, what outcomes feel achievable. Marcus felt constantly behind. Father of two, marketing director. His pattern? Treating urgency and importance as the same thing. Every email felt critical. Every request seemed immediate. His operating system was stuck in reactive mode. The upgrade was simple but powerful. Marcus implemented the Eisenhower matrix. 4 categories for every task. Within 2 weeks, he reclaimed 15 hours per week, reduced his stress by half. Same responsibilities, different pattern. But what if you could see your own source code? Your pattern recognition toolkit. 1. The weekly review, 15 minutes identifying what worked. 2. The pattern journal, note, recurring themes in successes and failures. 3. The outside view. Ask trusted friends what patterns they observe. Why do some people effortlessly achieve what others struggle with? They've debugged their mental software. This becomes your foundation for the next critical upgrade. Understanding where small changes create massive results. Chapter 2. The Leverage Points. Every system has specific points where minimal effort produces maximum impact. These are leverage points. Your life's control panel. Most people push against heavy doors when they could find the handle. Jennifer worked 12-hour days on her consulting business. Barely broke even. Her pattern? Treating all clients equally. She spent as much time on 500 projects as 5 0-1s. The leverage point wasn't working harder. It was working selectively. Jennifer fired her bottom 20% of clients, doubled her rates for the top 20%. Revenue increased 300% while working fewer hours. One decision. Transformational outcome. Your environment is constantly programming your behavior through invisible cues. Why exhaust willpower fighting your surroundings when you can reprogram them? Your environment audit. 1. Physical space. What does your workspace encourage? 2. Information diet. What are you feeding your mind daily? 3. Social circle. Who are your 5 closest people? Change your inputs, change your outputs. It's that simple. Most people consume information randomly, whatever crosses their path, but your mind makes decisions based on what you feed it. Garbage in, garbage out. Strategic people curate their inputs like master chefs, select ingredients. They know that changing what you read, watch, and discuss often produces more dramatic results than any productivity technique. This understanding of leverage leads us to perhaps the most powerful force in personal development: the compound effect. Chapter 3. The compound effect in everything, every action you take is either compounding for you or against you. There's no neutral ground. Understanding this changes how you evaluate every choice, every habit, every relationship. David felt stuck in middle management. Despite working hard for 8 years, his pattern? He focused on immediate results, neglected long-term investments. David's compound strategy. 1. Read 1 industry article daily, 15 minutes. 2. Have 1 meaningful conversation weekly, 20 minutes. 3. Learn 1 new skill quarterly, 2 hours monthly. Within 18 months, promoted twice. The time investment was minimal, the compound results were massive. Here's what most people miss. The most powerful changes often feel insignificant in the moment. Reading 20 minutes daily equals 121 hours per year equals 12 yawan books. Writing 250 words daily equals 91 0 words per year equals a book. Saving 10 daily equals 3 650 yearly equals financial freedom over time. Small negative patterns compound too. Checking your phone first thing trains reactive thinking, complaining about unchangeable circumstances, programs pessimism, procrastinating on important decisions, creates a backlog of stress. Your compound assessment: 1. List your daily habits. 2. Ask, if I continue this for 5 years, where will I be? 3. Keep habits that compound positively. Eliminate those that don't. But here's what determines whether compound effects work for or against you: your identity. Chapter 4. The Identity Reality Loop. Here's the pattern that explains almost everything about human behavior. People act in accordance with their identity. Their identity is shaped by their actions. This creates a feedback loop, either elevating or constraining your life. Lisa wanted to write a novel, struggled to maintain consistency. Her pattern she identified as someone who wants to write rather than a writer. The shift was subtle but powerful. Lisa started saying, I'm a writer, instead of I want to write. She began protecting writing time like a professional. Within 6 months, first draft completed. The behavior followed the identity. Most change efforts fail because they target behavior while ignoring identity. It's like trying to override your operating system instead of upgrading it. The identity upgrade process. 1. Define your desired identity. Who do you need to become? 2. Find supporting evidence. What would that person do daily? 3. Take identity consistent actions. Start small, be consistent. 4. Reinforce the loop. Celebrate aligned actions. The most powerful question isn't, what do I want to achieve? It's, who do I need to become? Your evolving identity doesn't exist in isolation. It's shaped by the people around you. Chapter 5. The Relationship Matrix. Every aspect of your life runs through your relationship matrix. These connections determine what conversations you have, what opportunities you encounter, what behaviors seem normal, what aspirations seem realistic. Tom felt professionally plateaued, despite strong performance. His pattern, his network, consisted entirely of people in similar roles, at similar companies. His relationship matrix was an echo chamber. Tom's upgrade: he deliberately cultivated relationships across industries. A startup founder, a nonprofit director, a freelance consultant. Within a year, these diverse perspectives led to a career pivot, doubled his income, quadrupled his impact. You don't just choose relationships, relationships choose your future. The relationship audit. 1. Energy assessment: who energizes versus drains you? 2. Growth factor: who challenges you to be better? 3. Diversity check: how varied are the perspectives? 4. Value exchange: what are you contributing? But here's the foundational pattern. The quality of your relationship with yourself determines all other relationships. Your internal dialogue becomes your external reality. The strength of your relationship matrix amplifies everything else, but only when you can integrate insights across different domains. Chapter 6. The Integration Principle. Knowledge without integration is just sophisticated ignorance. Most people collect insights like trophies, but they never connect the dots. The breakthrough comes when you start seeing how everything connects. Alex consumed dozens of books, podcasts, and courses annually, saw minimal change. His pattern? He compartmentalized every piece of information: business advice separate from relationship wisdom, health tips unrelated to productivity insights. Alex's integration breakthrough: he started looking for universal principles. The same patterns that govern successful businesses apply to successful relationships. The discipline required for physical health mirrored that needed for mental clarity. When he connected these dots, every insight became more powerful. The integration framework. 1. Pattern identification: what principle underlies this insight? 2. Cross-domain application: where else might this apply? 3. System connection: how does this relate to other life areas? 4. Implementation test: what's one way to apply this immediately? Integration transforms information consumption into wisdom development. But integration alone isn't enough. You need a system for implementation. Chapter 7. The Implementation Engine. Here's the brutal truth. Most people are insight addicts. They consume endless advice, implement almost none of it. They know what to do. Don't do what they know. The gap between knowledge and action, that's where dreams go to die. Rebecca had detailed plans for everything: career advancement, fitness goals, financial targets. Her notebook was filled with strategies, her computer loaded with action plans. Yet nothing changed. Her pattern? Planning became a substitute for action. Rebecca's implementation breakthrough, the 48-hour rule. Any insight or plan had to be acted upon within 48 hours, even if just a small first step. This forced her to move from theoretical to practical immediately. Within 3 months, more progress than in the previous 3 years. Your implementation engine. 1. The 48-hour rule. Act on insights immediately, even minimally. 2. The 1% principle. Focus on tiny, sustainable improvements. 3. The evidence collection. Track small wins to build momentum. 4. The iteration cycle. Adjust based on results, not plans. Remember, strategic thinking is worthless unless it becomes strategic action. This brings us to the community element, the force that amplifies all individual efforts. Chapter 8. The Community Catalyst. There's one final pattern that amplifies everything else: the power of shared wisdom. When insights remain isolated, they're limited to one person's life. When shared, they multiply exponentially, creating ripple effects that benefit entire communities. Maria believed success was an individual pursuit. She kept her goals private, worked alone, rarely shared insights or challenges. Her pattern? She treated growth as a single-player game in a multiplayer world. Maria's community breakthrough. She started sharing one insight weekly on LinkedIn, joined a mastermind group, began having monthly coffee meetings with peers. The accountability, the diverse perspectives, the mutual support accelerated her growth by years, not months. Think about it. Someone in your network might be struggling with exactly the pattern we discussed today. Your simple act of sharing could be the catalyst that transforms their perspective. That's the compound effect in action. Your small action creates massive value for someone else. Your life is running on an operating system right now. The question isn't whether you have patterns, they're operating whether you recognize them or not. The question is this: will you upgrade from unconscious patterns to conscious design? Sarah, who we met at the beginning, she upgraded her operating system. She recognized her pattern of confusing busyness with productivity, found the leverage points in her schedule, applied compound thinking to her skills development, aligned her actions with her identity as a strategic leader. She cultivated relationships across industries, integrated insights from multiple domains, implemented changes systematically. Result? She now works 45 hours per week, earned a promotion within 8 months, has time for the relationships and activities that matter most. Same person, upgraded system. Your 48-hour challenge. Pick one pattern from today's discussion. Implement it within the next 48 hours. Not plan to implement. Actually implement. Strategic thinking is worthless unless it becomes strategic doing. Will you choose to upgrade your operating system, or will you continue running on outdated software? The choice is yours. The time is now. What pattern will you upgrade first? Here's what I need you to do right now. If even one insight from today resonated with you, hit that like button. It literally helps more people discover these life-changing ideas. But don't stop there. Share this with someone who's ready to upgrade their operating system, someone who's been stuck running outdated mental software. And subscribe? You're not just following a channel, you're joining a community of people who believe in intentional living, who want to see beneath the surface of things, who understand that wisdom shared is wisdom multiplied. Because here's the truth: the patterns we've discussed today are just the beginning. There's an entire universe of insights waiting to be explored. Will you explore it with us?